Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. I'm going to be doing a chakra reading for the sign of Cancer, and that would be for the year 2025. So this is for the whole year, and so let's get started. I'm using a deck called the Crystal Ally cards. I've had them for years. There are two editions. This is the most recent edition called the Millennial Edition. And the woman who published these, her name is Naisha Ashian. So it's a great, it's been around for years. It's one of my favorites. So let's take a look at, for Cancer, we're looking at the root chakra. The root chakra is considered the earth chakra. It's connected to the earth. It's connected to our heredity, our ancestors, our history, sort of our lineage on the planet. The issues around the root are ones of security. And of course, we know that Cancer is quite a security-oriented sign. So let's see what we have in the root for Cancer. Cuprite, receptive power. Receptive power. This is copper, really, and it is an earth stone in this deck, and an earth stone in the earth chakra is very powerful. And it sort of brings the idea of sort of rooting yourself in your feminine power, rooting yourself in your feminine power. And you don't have to be a woman to root yourself in your feminine power. You can be anybody. Your feminine power is your ability to be receptive, to love, to create, to intuit, to sort of be in your body and your feelings, and to sort of empower or bring in that sort of empowered feminine sort of goddess energy. So that's what's in your root. I like that. All right. Now let's see what's in the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is the chakra associated with water. It's considered a water chakra. That's the element associated with it. It's a Sanskrit name is Swadhisthana, which means sweetness. And it is it's very sort of ripe and juicy chakra. It's very receptive. It is the chakra of love, power, sex, and it is a chakra that healthy boundaries are required. So let's see what we have here. We have inner peace, tourmaline. Tourmaline. This is a water stone. So we have a water element stone in the water chakra. And this is about coming to a place of stillness in that space. Now that's the area that is associated with like the intestines, the small intestines. So like nervous stomach or IBS or that kind of stuff is usually a dysfunction or imbalance, we'll say, in this chakra. And so this is asking you to sort of foster a sense of peace within yourself and sort of bring that peace down into your belly. This particular picture looks like it's there's pink and there's green tourmaline here. There is something called watermelon tourmaline that has both of those colors in it. It's more rare, I think, a little more expensive, but it is absolutely beautiful stone. And it is a stone of forgiveness and unconditional love. So these are some of the things that the energy that needs to be fostered here. Okay, so let's see the solar plexus. So your solar plexus is the fire, right? It's the fire element. It's a place of transformation. In a way, in the body, it's a place where things are broken down. It's associated with, it's where things are digested, really. It's associated with the stomach and the spleen and the liver and the pancreas, that whole sort of like mid area. Um, and it is the seat of our will, our personal will, right? What do we want to get out of life? Where do we want to go? What do we want to do? What do we want to make? What are we here to manifest? That's part of the will chakra. In Sanskrit, it's called Manipura, which means lustrous gem. And really, ultimately, this chakra functions best when it becomes a conduit for spiritual will, which it can't do. That has to be a choice on your part. You have to surrender to the higher and go in that direction. And we do that every day. I mean, we make these decisions every day. Some things bring us down and some things bring us up. And I'm not talking about feeling down and feeling up. I'm talking about what's right and what's not. There are certain things we do out of the sense of that is the righteous way to do it, and not that weird righteousness that everybody like, hey, I'm right, you're right. Not that right, but like an erectness, an alignment with spirit. Pedalite, pedalite is mindfulness. So this it is a an air element stone, and this is a fire element chakra. But air potentiates fire, or air can blow fire out if it's, I guess if it's fire small enough in the airs. I guess it's where you blow on the fire, but usually it potentiates, right? But this says to me that you just need to be very aware of how you throw your will around. You may not even see yourself as willful because you're such a nurturing person, or that you're always so concerned about other people and helping and all this other stuff. But sometimes, like, we have our own agenda, and I can say this, stomach cancer, and so we need to be mindful about how we are uh, putting ourselves. We don't want to necessarily clash of wills here, right? There's this sense of just sort of coming into sort of like consciously living. What this card is saying is that you want your will to come from a conscious place and not an unconscious place, right? You want to be aware of the energy in that chakra, and when you're pushing it out, and when and people are being pushed, you're pushing against yours, because that's sort of how we do that, thing in that chakra. Okay, so mindfulness. Excellent. All right, so the next chakra is the heart. And the heart chakra, of course, is the love chakra. Its element is air. Its lessons are love, of course, service, connection. In the tree of life, it is located in Tibreth, which is the, let's see if I can do this. Whoop, right there. The yellow Sephiroth. It is connected to the higher self, and it's always connected to children, innocence, being childlike, as opposed to, well, it can also be childish. You can come, just like an astrology, just like any astrology sign can have two sides. You can manifest these things in different ways on the tree. We have courage. Courage. Bloodstone. Wow. Courage. This is about being confidently moving forward. Now, it is an earth sign, it is an earth card. So if there's a project, or if there's say you want to build something, or you want to increase something, or you have a physical thing that you want to do and create, this is and it's a little daunting. You're like, am I really ready to step forward? I just got some stability. Do I really want to like push myself? As long if it's in your heart, and any action has to be a heart-centered action here, because you're going to need the courage to face things that scare you a little bit. Okay, scare you a little bit. I'm actually wearing a bloodstone. Now, which one is it? This one. This is a bloodstone. So this is what it looks like. And sometimes you can see the green with little flecks of red in it. It's actually a prosperity stone. They say you can carry it to, for prosperity as well. Okay. Throat chakra. Now the throat chakra is the place of creative self-expression. The element associated with the throat is sound, which makes sense because that's sort of where we come from, right? When we speak, that's where you hear it from. And so there's a lot of power in the word, right? In the beginning, there was the word. Um, so it's a powerful place, and it is the place where divine will sits. And that divine will is not really the will of something outside of you. It's actually the will of something inside of you that you're allowing to listen to a higher source of yourself in a way, and bringing that in, and you of course you're not doing this all on your own. You're sharing with others, but yeah, so it has to sort of um, what you say matters. Uh, chiastolate, I think I said it wrong. Convergence. Convergence. This is like the web, right? The web, this could be the internet. So your voice may be heard over the internet. More connections, more strands. Okay. Convergence is a sense of things coming together. Things coming together. So perhaps if you need something, you want to call a convergence, right, with others of like mind and like intent, in order to work together to sort of bring the message of spirit. Okay, so that's what this looks like to me. All right, okay, so now we're looking at the third eye. And the third eye is the seat of your intuition. It is connected with the pineal gland, which is like sits right in the middle of your like go this way and this way, and like right in the middle there is something called the celica turcica, where the pituitary gland sits. And the pituitary gland is sort of like a, like a radio station that tunes in to a vibration or a vision. People who have this chakra blocked will often experience headaches, especially migraines, So if you are a migraine sufferer, you may want to consider maybe, and your cancer, in this case, working with whatever stone comes up, but just in general, um, like not to deny your own power kind of thing. All right, let's see. What cancer? Cancer. Oh, wow. Whoa. Ceresite, illumination, third eye. There you go. How about that? That's cool, right? Illumination. You will be illuminated. It is a storm card. The first storm card. Oh, actually, uh, this chiastolite is also a storm card. So far, the throat, which is an upper chakra, and the third eye are both storm cards. I had a feeling this was going to happen. So this is transformation, but this is like sudden illumination. So you're going to be going along, doing your thing, being your badass goddess self, finding that inner peace in your old belly, thinking they are being very mindful about the things that you do and say and how you impress upon others and how they impress upon you, but just come from a very conscious place. Have the courage of heart to take the steps forward that are going to take you into your future. Other people are here, including spirit, to help protect you and support you through this. And then we have this grand illumination in the third eye. Wow, these are very, very powerful, guys. Very powerful, Cancer. All right. And now the crown. The crown, of course, is your connection to spirit. It's the oneness of all things. It's associated with Kether, the top separate. That one right there. Number one. Oops. Woo, right there. That's really hard to do. Watching your body's doing something else. I don't know how these people do it. Okay. Almost ready. Almost ready. Almost ready. Want this to be a good one. It's not funny. I guess we'll take the top one. Malachite, will, a fire element. Fire. It's like well, I grew up Catholic, and there's in the church I grew up in, there was it's not like that anymore. They repainted it, but there used to be the cross, and then they'd have the apostles like down on each side, 6 and 6, I guess, or 6 and 5. I don't know. I never counted, and each one of them had the little lick of flame, like when the Holy Spirit descended upon them. Like that's a Catholic thing. Well, that flame is your third eye. That is the flame of spirit, and an illumination, an awakening. Those apostles had an awakening, right? They ascended in a way to a higher consciousness. So we have the fire in the, like right here, like right there it is. And of course, malachite has a lot of copper in it because that's why it's green. And so we have copper at the bottom and copper at the top, right? And of course, copper is an element that is sacred to Venus. So we're talking about the divine feminine here. We're talking about the divine feminine. But we're also talking about the right use of will. This is about the right use of will and aligning yourself with divine will. It's interesting. The two will chakras are the solar plexus, which is this card, and the crown. I mean, no. I'm sorry. This is the will of God in the crown. Sorry. This is divine will. But we do see the symbol of the moon in both places, right? So this is about being a conduit for power. And that's why you have to be mindful. So what I want to say, because this is what's coming in from spirit, what I want to say about Cancer is that you are running some really powerful energy this year. And it's going to take a little like moving outside of your comfort zone. But as long as it's something that you know in your heart, that it is a good thing, or that it's something that you need to do or must do, or whatever you want to say it, just be courageous about it. Spirit has your back, your front, your sides. Spirit's got you, because you are actually a conduit of the light in a way, and that light illuminates, and that often takes a lot of courage. The whistleblowers are the ones who have all the courage when they see something that's not right, and they say something, right? See something, say something, that expression. But saying something isn't always, looked at graciously. I mean, look at what happened to Snowden, right? I mean, the poor bastard is still in Russia, which I gotta believe is worse place than it was when he first got there. So it's not, I'm not saying you need to be a whistleblower or go to Russia. I just want to be clear about that. But powerful cards. So we have two earth cards, a water and air, a fire, and two storm cards. So we have all the elements here. All the elements. All right, guys. Well, I hope this is illuminating and helpful for you as you move through 2025. I do want to make just one more comment about the energy of 2025. I should probably start the videos with this information, but 2025 is a 9 vibration year. 9 is the end of a cycle. And that cycle began in 2017 when we were in a 10-1 vibration. And a lot of things have changed, and we've been through a lot since that time, all of it in the service of our increased awareness and the raising of our consciousness. When you say you're raising your consciousness, it means you're becoming aware of more things, subtler levels, with the understanding that often the things that happen in the subtle levels, before they manifest on the planet, is where we have some agency to direct, or to be directed by something greater than us, something greater than us. And if it's in the heart, and not in the necessarily in the solar plexus where that energy is coming from, then we know that it's more aligned with the needs of the lower self and the aspirations of the higher self. So, all right. Hopefully that's helpful. Have yourself a great year. We're going to walk through it together. Take care. Love you. Namaste.